Yeah. I know I'm late. Boy, I tell you what, it felt good to holler too. Man, it was rough getting here tonight. Woo! Yeah! Fam, you know what? It'll be all right. Hey, by the way, fam, let me mention one thing right now to get this off my chest. Listen, we have got to take our zoo. We got a mess going on in the chat room, a lot of fights, a lot of crazy things going on each and every time. Listen, fam, we can't. You know what? It makes an unpleasant experience for a lot of people, okay? Because I'm hearing about it. Here's what we're going to have to do. And I hate to lay policy down. I hate it. But listen, if we see you, and I'm not going to watch, I'm even talking to you. If you are seen in confrontation, loaded with personal attacks, you go get timed out. You get timed out more than once, it'll be good night for the night. Fam, talk football. No personal attacks. And another thing, don't drop me a line saying get rid of somebody after you've had a personal confrontation with them, okay? I can't take sides. I can't take sides. We will notice. We'll make the call. You behave, talk football, hit people with facts, beat them up, stay away from the personal attack. They will be dealt with, okay? That's the way it works. Please, fam, come on now. We can act like grown-up, mature adults. We can act like grown-up, mature adults like I do. But I don't be there calling nobody names and getting crazy, all right? Keep it football friendly. No, keep it football mean, but keep it football. All right? Thank you. Hey, let us get back to football as I was talking about. Hours away, fam, from April in the NFL 2019. Draft goes up another level on the serious meter. The 49ers still have everyone wondering who they want in the first round between Nick Bosa and Quinnen Williams. And just like they want it, nobody can do anything more than speculate, right? The second round continues to be a mystery, but so does the option of a trade down, which will affect everything. Today, I was just checking out KNBR. Man, Brad Almquist has got a serious thing going on there. I just want to check him out. We give the thumbs up or down, make some modifications on our own, make some adjustments, and gather opinions on this. But the Cards may or may not select Kyler Murray with the number 1 overall pick. Everybody knows that because, first of all, the Cardinals are waiting to see on draft night is when we're going to find out. The Cardinals are waiting to see if Major League Baseball comes in and says, Kyler, you don't want to play football. Listen, can we lay this on you? Take a look at that figure, buddy. All right? Come on over and play for the Oakland A's. Let's go to the World Series, and you'll be loaded. See, that could happen. It really is a possibility. So the Cards got to wait a minute before they go ahead and make a full-out commitment. Now, you've heard about some of the deals coming the Cards' way already. The leaks are going on now that people are calling the Cards and offering things for Rosen. That can be believed. But at any rate, Murray, the Arizona Cardinals, as I say, may or may not select Kyler Murray with the first pick, number one overall. But Josh Rosen, he still is on the roster. 49ers could handpick their best player available at number 2 overall if that's the case. But who that is remains unknown. As I just mentioned, the 49ers will almost certainly receive calls from quarterback-needy teams themselves trying to trade up. And if the assets are rich enough, the 49ers are going to say, hey, yeah. Yeah, and there goes number 2 pick, right? If like they did in 2017. I'm not sure what happened to the 49ers in 2017. Did they get offered by a bunch of teams that just made them crazy? Because the Chicago deal was pretty good, but, they still got the player they wanted, though. Much of the draft's intrigue lies, though, in the unknown, which is why I'm sure the East Coast office does not appreciate the Cardinals dealing Rosen like that in public. It's particularly true for the 49ers, too. If you guessed the team would draft Solomon Thomas and Mike McGlinchey back in the day with their top picks in consecutive years, you know you're lying. You didn't see McGlinchey coming last year. Okay, there's a few people that saw McGlinchey coming last year, but come on now. Everybody did not see McGlinchey coming. Solomon Thomas, I didn't see coming either because I was mad as hell when they going. Well, get here. But, yeah, I've changed my tune. I'm not mad as hell now because I want Solomon Thomas to get better. Under Shanahan and John Lynch, so the 49ers have a draft history of the unexpected so far, and that's going to continue. Hey, let me jump on Brad's picks, because, man, I was getting a kick. Roger Goodell time. With the second pick of the 2019 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Nick Bosa, defensive end, Ohio State. Bosa looks surprised. He won't. He knows that the 49ers picking number 2, they're going to get him. If the 49ers stay at number 2 overall, they seem likely to take Nick Bosa. According to just about everybody in the talking heads in the NFL community anyway. Or Quinton Williams, regarded as the top 2 defensive players. They're both considered the top 2 defensive players in the draft. 49ers met with both guys last week, as you know. They didn't tell us what Bosa had, but we do know that Quinton Williams ate it high hop. He didn't go in there for pancakes. He went in there for a garden salad. I don't know. There are several variables about what full Arizona Cardinals. As I say, we'll see. The 49ers could 49ers will almost certainly receive. I missed that already. I'm with you that. Okay, it's Bozo Williams. Williams was the NC2A's equivalent of Aaron Donald. He projected as a perennial Pro Bowler. But Lynch and Shanahan have made various recent comments hinting at their draft day intentions. Hopefully, if you're picking real high, it's power, it's bend, it's all of it. Lynch said at the last month's NFL Combine, they really were gushing over Williams. Before you get all excited, the 49ers did a lot of gushing over a lot of players last year, and those are the players they did not choose. Big show! There you go! Bosa's undoubtedly the most complete edge rusher in this class. He has held that title despite playing in 3 games, which were very productive in 2018. Pairing him at the big end spot across from D Ford, the team's brand new shiny Leo, would put the 49ers defensive line in the conversation as one of the most talented football teams in the NFL as far as defense goes. And using the number 2 pick on a big end isn't ideal, but when you have a long-standing problem like the 49ers pass rush and access to a sure thing like Nick Bosa, and you stockpile pass rushers, you're doing the right thing. Earlier this week at the annual owners meeting, Shanahan was asked about the best pass rushers he has faced throughout his coaching career. He highlighted Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis. You saw that, right? That's a hilarious interview. You can see the terror in Shanahan's face when he says names like Freeney and Mathis. He says they were bookending the former Colts defensive line. He says what's harder than 2 pass rushers would be 4 elite ones. He says, so if they can keep coming, it puts pressure on the whole offense. Assuming Murray goes number 1 overall, the 49ers have the opportunity to turn its most glaring weaknesses into one of the greatest strengths by choosing Nick Key. Do not overthink it. Listen, if you go ahead and get Quinnen, he's a 3 technique. So is our already Pro Bowl, DeForest Buckner. You going to move DeForest Buckner? I don't think so. Is he going to come in and play the nose tackle? In the NFL, ain't like the college. He ain't going to be those shed blockers like as easy as he did in college. He needs to be where he's most comfortable. Minus Quentin Nelson. They say he can move anywhere on the line. Maybe, but why do that to him? Put him where he's comfortable when he's at his best. See, I'm campaigning for his, Nicky B. You can call it and argue. I know you're going to do it anyway. And okay, quickly, let me go down to the rest. Number 36 overall, A.G. Brown, wide receiver, Ole Miss. From a numbers perspective, Brown was amongst the best receivers in college football in each of his final 2 seasons at Ole Miss. 75 passes for 1,252 yards, 11 TDs. In his sophomore year, he was better his junior year, amassing 85 catches, 1,320. This is why when people say, man, DK Metcalf ain't even the best receiver from Ole Miss, they're right. It was A.J. Brown. 49ers could very well pick up. He posted solid scores across the board during his combine workout, ran a 4.49 40-yard dash, and lifted 19 bench reps. He didn't participate in either the 3-cone or 40-yard shuttle. Those drills may have been something he was worried about pulling a muscle or something in, so we didn't get into that. But he could be perfect fit for 49ers Z position. Number 67 overall, Chris Lindstrom, offensive lineman, Boston College. When the 49ers drafted McGlinchey, number 9 overall last year, Lynch said offensive tackles of high caliber are hard to find in late rounds. By that line of thinking, the 49ers won't wait too long to grab an offensive tackle. In fact, Brad could be wrong. This offensive tackle, Chris Lindstrom could be the number 2 pick. If I was going to do my draft, I'm going to do it later, I would put Lindstrom at number 2. I ain't going to give away too much of my draft yet. Number 36 pick seems like a jump, as the 49ers could draft an immediate playmaker that addresses the larger needs, such as receiver. And that's how some people feel about that. You're going to put them in priority. It's going to be wide receiver, it's going to be safety, or should I say DB, or it's going to be the offensive lineman. I say Staley's not going to last much longer. Wide receivers, do we need to get one so early? I don't know that you make that call. But based on the physical parameters of San Francisco's offensive linemen, who are kind of shifty and typically hover around 300 pounds, finding offensive tackles can be difficult in free agency. At some point, the 49ers will have a plan for life after Joe Staley. He hasn't slowed down yet, but his contract expires after the upcoming season. Lindstrom is 6'4", 308-pounder who ran a 4.91. Okay, Eddie, he can play anywhere along the offensive line. He's considered one of the most athletic offensive linemen in this year's draft class. What does Kyle Shanahan like? He always said, I don't necessarily like smaller offensive linemen, but they're the ones who can execute what I want done. If I could get big guys that can move their ass, I would. He didn't say that, but he's something like that. Chris Lindstrom, he's going for him at number 2, fam. He's going for him at number 2. He'll take what he can find at number 3 as far as wide receivers go. Because quite frankly, Shanahan may be worried about his wide receiver group, and not to the point he is worried about his offensive line. And that only makes sense. He started 36 games. I'm talking about Lindstrom at right guard, 11 at right tackle during his Boston college career. This guy is an ideal fit for the 49ers. He started all 12 games at right guard in 2018, earning AP third-team All-American and first-team All-ACC honors. He's coming, fam. And then, of course, you go down to Darnell Savage, safety. We don't really need a safety, according to John Lynch. You and I both know it's kind of worrisome knowing what we got at safety. Adrian Colbert's 2018 campaign, his first full season as starter, was cut short by 7 games. Rookie DJ Reed never got consistent reps there. Antoine Exum showed some flashes between the 2 safety positions. The 49ers cycled 6 players in and out in 2018, which is way too many. Is why we've always seen this every time they screwed up a play. Because they weren't working together. They couldn't work together because half of them was 1 week, half of them were here, and half the other week to work. It was a mess. That has got to change. Oh, God, that's got to change. They're likely to add a safety, though. 49ers, Savage is fluid playmaker who can make plays, either free safety or nickel corner spot, similar to Reed and Ward. Is he redundant? No. Can he beat out Reed and Ward? We'll see if they do pick him up. Number 177 overall, Tim Ward, defensive end, Old Dominion. You can never have too many pass rushers. And keep an eye on this kid. He's pretty good. Josh Oliver at number 214. He's a tight end from San Jose State, right down the road. Kittle's preeminent 2018 season overshadowed Garrett Selleck's regression. But remember, Garrett Selleck did have a broken finger, from what I understand, from I'm not sure which week. I think it was after the Kansas City game, which he did not show up the whole year. Remember the last games that he did show up, though? All of a sudden, somebody explained he's been hurt all year. He couldn't make any catches. Whoa. Why didn't you guys tell somebody, man? I thought he was just sucking. Nah. But the 49ers do know he's getting up there. Maybe time. If they can pick up another guy, and this is guy Josh Oliver, 5 catches for 90 yards and 15 appearances. But that's George Kittle probably had about the same number, right? Along with the costly goal line. This is Brad Selleck. I'm sorry, Selleck was the one who had that tiny stat. This guy, Oliver, is a name to watch. He's a bit of a project. He was recruited to be a linebacker, but his athleticism convinced his college coaches to switch him to offense. He steadily progressed throughout his 4 years in 2018 to compile 709 receiving yards, 4 yards fewer than the team's leader. 49ers coach Oliver in January of the Senior Bowl. He then ran a 4.63 40-yard dash, the 3rd fastest time among tight ends at the NFL Combine. He's got some quality. Fam! There you go. Well, let's go ahead and see what you got going on here. By the way, speaking, Big Show says Bosa ain't the character guy John is looking for. Quinton Williams is, Josh Allen too, but they don't bring the right tools to the game. You can't come in playing the wrong spot. 2 rushers on a team that's lacked the rushers. Quinton may be getting a nod if they can figure out whether or not he can rush or not. But Quinton is good at that, but he's mainly a guy to disrupt. We got a guy like that already. Keep your fingers across the show. It may be, it may not be. We don't know. 49ers are famous for surprises. Robert Hammond, keep up the great work, bro. Thanks, Robert. Thanks for having the contribution. Giddy. 49ers greatest team in sports history. Let's go. Us. Scott here. What's up, Scott? Greedy cornerback, maybe? God, you got to get Greedy in the first round. I got a feeling he's going to be that sought after. My own opinion. He might drop to the second round. If he does, that would sort of change strategies too on a lot of big boards. But us being number 2 in the second round, wow. Do the Cardinals need a corner? They're pretty solid at the corner. The Cardinals need offensive. Oh my God! Lindstrom is going to the Cardinals if he lasts the second round. Who hurts more at the offensive line than the Cardinals? Nobody! A lot of things are going to shift like this, but you got your options on your big board all the way down, all right? Jeff Tarrant says, Bosa's currently in Arizona meeting with the Cardinals right now. As you do, yeah, I know about. I read about that earlier, Jeff. Yeah, he's having dinner with them. Everybody sends up their smoke. You got to sit. We've taken everybody, pretty much everybody that's anybody so far to dinner too. A lot of teams have taken them both to dinner, so they're going to do a lot more dinners too. So it's not the needle it points to. You know what I'm saying? Local 49ers fans, let's get ready to Ronbo! I love what you just said. Thanks, fam. Easy the third. What's up, fam? Myrna Gonzalez, user influencer, tell Lynch to trade down. No, Myrna. I didn't want him to trade down. I do not want to trade down. I want quality this year. We've been trading down and gathering pieces. This year, I want the best in each round, the best. I want playmakers. I want game changers. I want guys that came out of school ranked as the baddest dudes in the team, on the team. Diablo Luco, happy Friday, right? I'm Diablo. Dana Harris says, get ready to get on the Quinton Williams trade tonight. Dana, bring it. We're ready. Bob Bunny says, I think Cards are going to trade. Could be. But if they do trade, they're trading Rosen for that first round pick. Make no mistake, Kingsbury wants Murray badly. Worse than I want Bosa, put it that way. And you know what? That's a lot. So we'll see. And San Francisco says, what up, Ronbo and the Niners fam? That's a nice, clean hat. You like that, man? I'm telling you, man. I like this hat myself. I love the huge letters, man. You can't miss the blue white letters. All right, hey, should I put on my headphones and see what's up? Area code is 704. Hello, 704. 704. Hey, who is this?
Ronbo, this is Jason.
Jason, what's up, man?
Yeah, Jason, North Carolina. You know, I'm calling from my work phone because the other phone is not a good reception. But Ron,
yeah.
Peace to you, brother. First and foremost.
Hey.
Peace to the Niner Empire, man. And I need like 3 whole minutes. I've been trying to get up with you for like a week. Last time I was disconnected, somehow with the phone. But I need to say some things, man. I done wrote some notes down here.
All right.
That I wanted to just express.
All right.
I don't know what we're looking at, and I know you're a big Bosa dude. You know, Bosa.
How'd you know?
I like a good. I've been listening, and the whole nation is like Bosa, right? I'm like, in all reality, I got some numbers here, being that numbers don't lie.
Yeah,
people lie all the time.
That's true.
Like Solomon Thomas, I remember that year we were looking at Allen. He went to the Redskins, this D lineman named Allen. He was like the next Ndamukong Suh or something. He's pretty mediocre now, but Solomon had a good game against Trubisky in Carolina, and immediately he had like maybe 4 sacks. He disrupted whoever the offensive lineman was sticking him that game was doing a horrible job. And we just out of nowhere, he rose in the prospects and was like, yo, we got to get this guy. So, all right, David Bosa, what is his name? David Bosa? Who's the Bosa guy on the Chargers? Who's this?
That's his brother,
This
Joey.
Bosa brother.
Joey.
All right, Joey. So I get it, the nepotism of it. I'm looking at this kid, Allen, man, and I'm seeing these numbers, right? Let me just run this to you, just real quick. Bosa in 2018 had 14, unless I'm mistaken from ESPN statistics, and I look at the film, I like them on film. I'm not a big numbers guy, but this number shit is real. Like, total tackles 14, solo and 3 assists with 4 sacks, 1 forced fumble, right?
Okay.
You add up all 3 of his seasons of total tackles, they don't equal to 1 season of Josh Allen's total tackles. What are we talking about here? This dude had 88 total tackles, 56 solo, 32 assists, 5 forced fumbles. He can play in coverage. He could put his hand in the dirt. He could be Alden Smith. You know what I mean? And if we're talking about measurables, he's 6'5", 260. Bosa's 6'4", 265. I'm saying, what are we missing here that we're looking at Bosa? The year before, Bosa had 8.5 sacks. That's good. He must have got injured. I keep hearing injuries.
He gets injured every year. That's the worst thing about him, for sure.
Why are we not going with the best player available there? You know? I mean, that is opinion.
You know, it comes down to a matter. It comes down to a matter of pretty much perspective. You're looking at those numbers, but those numbers may not tell the whole story. Is the problem? And now Bosa didn't play but like 3 or 4 games last year. So actually, if you skewed those numbers forward, you might come up with different results. But continue though.
Okay. So I'm not going to really drag that in the mud. It's just my opinion, but I'm looking at, I don't really even know about either of these guys, honestly, because I'm too busy to watch college.
You don't watch college?
But, I fell off with it for a while now. But I'm just saying, I listen to what everybody's saying, and then I start doing my research on the guys like that. So I'm seeing that. But, and then there's this Quinton Williams guy. You know, everybody's talking about him. He looks like he could be a Warren Sapp type dude. John Lynch may like that, but we already got that interior lineman there. Second round, I heard you all week since last weekend before Monday Night Raw asking opinions on second round.
Yeah.
Maybe we go with a cornerback, Ronbo, because why I say that, Sherman getting older. He's talking about he wants to play free safety. He's slower in his step. And truthfully, he's not the guy that we from Seattle with the Boom Squad, the Legion of Doom and all that. Legion of Boom, I mean. He's not that guy. He's decent to get him in the zone, but with our pass rush not being what it is, it exposes people too. So with him, with the Achilles, he maybe he might retire after the season. Who knows? Then you got Jason Verrett. Okay, he may bounce back from the Achilles, improve something. But still, then we're going with, I like Witherspoon still. I ain't give up on Witherspoon.
Right.
Our defensive line, our front line has to put pressure on for anybody to be effective. Because Carlos Rogers, if you remember, our front seven sent him to the Pro Bowl, and he was real pedestrian to me. You know what I'm saying? So if we get our front line clicking, and all of this talk about Jimmy Ward and what's the other guy? DJ, the little guy.
Oh, DJ Reed.
DJ Reed at safety.
And also
Colbert's
Colbert's in that mix too.
Colbert is cool. I don't know why we panicking at safety right now. I want to know what the Empire has to say on that because, 29, the number 29 guy, he's been hurt. He got an injury. He came back. Jaquaski taught. He had the injury. He came back. I like him. And Colbert, he had a little off year, but our line is not putting the pressure on. And Solomon T, the line, is he an outside linebacker? Is he a D? You can't go from outside linebacker in your measurables, in your weight, in your training, you know what I mean? And then to now interior lineman, we're entertaining. Let's just plug him in on defensive end, train him to be a defensive end, stop all this 255-pound shit they was trying to do, and let Solomon T bulk up and be a power guy, then speed. He's not like a speed rusher on the edge like this kid Josh Allen is. You know what I'm saying? But I think we're good at safety mostly. with Colbert. We need to just get our front seven straight. And if we can get D Ford with Josh Allen on them bookends, and our D line is square with who we have now, Eric Armstead playing good, Buckner playing good, I don't see why we go with Bosa. But we're gonna see what happens with that, man. I'm not gonna. I'm not here to be the devil's advocate. I'm just looking at these numbers, and Josh Allen is jumping off the charts right now.
Everybody,
88 tackles.
Yeah, Allen's got a huge following, and he very well could be. My only problem with Allen is I don't think he's as polished as Bosa. That's my biggest problem, and I think he'll be handled in the NFL. Is my problem. That's why, and I know Bosa won't. This is my only issue.
That's what they said about Alden Smith. They said that about Alden Smith coming out of Mizzou.
He'll be handled.
And he had Justin Smith. Yeah, he was looking to break rookie sack records. If he didn't, have the issues with drinking and stuff, who knows?
Which he probably was drinking back then too. That's why he could have had a better season. The next season he came up with 19 sacks, but his were largely due to the fact that he had Justin on the inside, causing a lot of violence.
Justin was opening holes. Justin was open, and that was a 3-4. We're in 4-3 now.
That's true.
All right,
but Jason, we got to stop there, though, fam. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, though. Right, come on back Sunday, man, and finish that up, huh? We talk about it.
Sunday's the day? All right, bro. I'm going to listen out for the rest of the night, though.
All right, fam. Right? Appreciate you.
All right,
getting on that other phone. Talk to you later, okay?
All right, bro. Peace.
All right,
yep.
Yeah. It's gonna be funny because there's gonna be a whole lot of celebrating that night on and actually the whole all of us will be celebrating the fact that they got whoever they got in the first round because they can't lose in the first round as long as they don't trade down. Now if they trade down, man, we'd be getting we wouldn't get the edge rush or frontline pressure because they're not going to trade down in the top 5. The Raiders don't need to trade with the 49ers and they're not going to. The Raiders and 49ers are not going to deal. They don't appreciate each other. The Raiders have done a number on the 49ers. If they call the 49ers will try to strip them naked, and they're not going for that. So get over that. They're not going to deal with the Giants. The Giants just did us a number on the OBJ trade. So you have to figure somewhere and Tampa Bay just got their quarterback. So you're talking anywhere from 7 and on. That's not good. Who do we get? Okay, maybe you can get Ed Oliver. I don't even know if you can get him. See, that's why I don't want that. All right. Hey, Ed's Big Show again. He says, Scott Hill says, Scott, already did the quarterback. Big Show says, hey, before season starts, can 49ers hire a high priestess to smoke out any bad injury on practice field and stadium field? We don't need no more injuries. So true. And if you heard the rumors about something about the 49ers building that whole complex on a burial ground of some kind, I really. Jordan Barrett says, thanks for all you do. Thanks, Jordan. I hear Xavier Rhodes isn't happy in a minute. Whoa. Yeah, I'd take Xavier Rhodes. Minnie's going to want they want a lot, though. I don't know what they'd be wanting, but I don't know if we can even, have we got anything left for this year? Let's trade assets from next year because we ain't got no draft picks as it is. Let's see what. Jay Jonah, Spider-Man's boss. Jay Jonah says, word up, I don't want to use the trade down either. We might not even be in this position again for a long time. Amen. That's the gospel truth. How many times you plan on being at the number 2 overall pick? You better go get you some gold. Don't be trading down for no second-tier stuff. Jim Thurlkill says, if we surprise again and take Jonah Williams, this will be a disappointment. Whew, Jim, man, I hadn't thought about that. Jonah Williams? Not in the first round. No. The 49ers have had pass rush issues for how many years? It's pass rusher. Trust it. Since day one. It was good. He says, can't be mad if we get the best O-line if we trade back for picks. Yeah, I can be. I'd be very mad. And take the best O-L and then use what we got and trade back to get back in the first round. Well, yeah, but how far are you going to get back up in the first round? Remember last year to get Ruben, it took us like up to pick 32 to even 31 to get him back to get the best rusher available. So we need rushers badly. Caleb Piskowitz. Wait a minute, let me pronounce it. Caleb Pisowitz. Pisokowitz? Can't even pronounce this. Yeah, Caleb, I tried though, man. I didn't mean to butcher your name though. Should the 49ers trade for Xavier Rhodes? Yeah, we just got that one. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Daniel Andre says, I want Bosa, but I won't be broke. Oh, I won't be heartbroken if it's Allen. Yeah, you can accept that. I mean, that means to me the 49ers took a good look and they know what they're doing on that. And so if they get him, I can't get mad about that. We don't need IHOP, but I'm not taking the second pick anymore till draft day. Or you get accused of being a fanboy. I want to see Jimmy G for 16 games. You would be both, man, because they're starting to discuss whether or not he's got durability or not. Because, when he was in New England, he went down after 3 games. With us, he went down after 8 games. But he wouldn't have. He would have just ran on the bounce. Horatio Flores! Hey, it looks like we're getting Bosa. I don't know, Horatio. We got to wait, man. I don't know. Hieronymus Media says, Ronbo makes sense. I don't understand fans that continue to argue about trading down. We need a quality player in each round. The team has enough backups and role players. Mark 2 down at the amen. No more trading down. I want the best of the best at each round. Hey, Trevor.
What's up, Rombo?
Trevor, man, we're sitting here discussing what we're going to do between rounds 1 and 6. Pick out a couple if you want. What's up?
All right, so you ready to know why you guys send me my Quinton Williams jersey?
Oh, it's you. Yeah, listen, I've decided I'm pulling out of this. You know why? 49ers are, like I just said a little while ago, their predictability in the first round, we're probably both going to end up being wrong. So I'm not.
Our deal was
it's worse than Vegas.
Our deal was that the Cardinals aren't taking Kyler Murray 1. That was our deal.
Nah, that's too easy, man.
You want to know why?
Oh, that's too easy for me. Oh, well, go ahead. Give me a reason why.
Josh Rosen was picked last year at 12, all right?
Yep.
He got sacked 45 times this year.
Yep.
17
had no offensive weapons. Yeah.
17 of the sacks were under 2.5 seconds. That's the most in the NFL. They needed to sign talent in the offseason. They signed Jordan Hicks. They signed Kevin White. They signed J.R. Sweezy from the Seahawks. They got Terrell Suggs, and then they traded for Marcus Gilbert. All right, so, and you keep saying that Cliff Kingsbury wants his quarterback.
Yep.
Do you know what the Cardinals did last year?
What?
They let an unproven quarterback or a coach in Steve Wilkes draft a quarterback.
No. That was Kime. What's the general manager's name? That was his guy. He traded up.
Okay,
did he trade up to get him?
That's even better. That's even better because they're not going to let Cliff Kingsbury take a quarterback at 1 overall. He's not even a proven coach. He was he couldn't make it in the NFL.
Yeah.
He literally sucked in the NFL. And then he was a half-ass coach.
I thought Kingsbury just came out of college.
At Texas Tech. Well, yeah, but he played in the NFL. He was a player. He was a quarterback, I'm pretty sure. He only played like 3 snaps his whole career. And he was a half-ass coach at Texas Tech. He only had 2 winning seasons out of 6.
Yeah.
And his 2 winning seasons he had there, Patrick Mahomes and Baker Mayfield were his quarterbacks.
Which is why Rosen does not fit that same mold, not even a little bit, at least.
Yeah, but I still don't think they're going to let a non-proven coach who only had 2 winning seasons, who isn't an NFL coach.
Trevor, let me just ask you this, though, for a second. I just want you to think about this for a second. If I'm the GM, I come in and I hire this guy, Kingsbury. I probably hired him for a reason, right? So now I bring him in because I think what he brings to the game and his intangibles and his creativity, his way of thinking is something I want to bring to the Arizona Cardinals. Now, he comes in, he says, I like you. Get me Kyler Murray. We got the number 1 overall pick. I'll take you places. Now, if I'm Kime, if I don't give him his quarterback and we lose in the following year, who's responsible?
You fire the coach again.
No. Who's responsible? Who's responsible?
I think
he asked for, had the number 1 overall pick. He asked me, could I have Kyler Murray? And I told him no. We lose the following season, and I get rid of the coach. Yeah, maybe. But whose fault is it really? I should have gave. We got the number 1 overall pick. Give him his
I don't think
quarterback.
Rosen's bad. Is the thing. Why does everyone not like Rosen?
I don't know why everybody doesn't like Rosen, but Kingsbury doesn't. So I'm saying, if I'm the general manager and that guy comes in, I've hired him. He's already here. I can't fire him yet. He asks me for his quarterback like every manager, every coach in the league does, and I tell him no, I'm Trent Baalke. I suddenly turn into Trent Baalke, and if anything goes wrong, it's my fault.
Yeah, but why do you think all the Redskins, the Patriots, all these fan bases want Rosen?
Yeah, I know. You already know about that, right? Yeah. I don't know why they want Rosen. Maybe it fits their schemes better.
Because he's not a bad quarterback.
That doesn't matter, though. There's a lot of quarterbacks that aren't bad quarterbacks. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're your style, right?
If
That's
he
what
didn't
I'm
fit
saying.
the scheme, why would they trade up to draft him?
Rosen came last year, though.
I know, but why change the scheme then if you already drafted him last year?
Don't hire Kingsbury then.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know why they did that in the first place.
But see, there it is. They did, though. So since they did, bring him in here and force him to work with Rosen, and he's already asking for Murray? Why would I do that?
I think that'll be the smart idea because Cliff Kingsbury, I bet he's going to be one and done just like Steve Wilkes last year.
Maybe, but it's going to be, if what's his name doesn't give his quarterback, it's his fault, not Kingsbury's. Kingsbury already told him what I need to work with. So if I'm a guy out here and I need my tools, I ask for a hammer and you give me a screwdriver, then whose fault is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, see. It's a tough one. And you could be right, Trevor. I'm not saying. I'm just looking at both logics. You're saying they went up for Rosen last year and they should use Rosen and tell Kingsbury, you're here, do your job, you're going to work with the guy that we got here. I'm just saying that's a little too much for me.
Did you see Ed Oliver's college pro day today?
No, I saw him the other day, though. I thought he had his college pro day the other day, last week. Anyway,
maybe
I saw him.
He runs
pretty fast.
I saw it today. He was ridiculous.
I like him a lot.
He had an amazing pro day.
Fast.
Ed Oliver's going to be a beast. We should trade down to like 10.
And I love when he says,
10.
I could have ran faster.
Yeah, we should trade down to like 10 and take him.
Oh, my God. Nobody cares about the edge. I do, okay? Because we got enough pressure in the inside that we can be fine. I like Quinnen, I really do. And Oliver's a beast. But I want that for sure.
I'll be fine with both.
Guy coming off the edge is going to get it done. And there's no doubt
I'll be fine with
about
any one
Bosa.
of them, as long as we win next year.
I know, because I'm tired of losing, too. It's got
me
real
too.
Tired. Man. But we'll see.
All right, Ronbo, I'll fucking talk to you later.
All right, Trevor, hang in there, man. I'm not involved in this shirt thing, though, because I just realized there's too many shocks come up in the first round.
Did you realize you're going to lose?
You better hope I do, because I'm telling you right now, if they do pick up Murray, I'm going to come back and say, Trevor, you got saved, didn't you?
Yep.
All right, Trevor, have a good night, fam.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Oh, God. And Mac Tiz says, I love the name. Mac Tiz says, this is why we need Q Williams, because just watch the tape. He's the only D lineman that commands double teams, and that opens it up for the rest of the line to dominate one-on-ones. Mac Tiz, have you ever heard of DeForest Buckner, who's been getting double and triple teamed for 2 years? Now, I understand what you're saying, though. You got two guys like that, it could be special. But if I got D Ford coming off the edge, I got Nicky B. Or if I got Nicky B coming off the other edge, oh hell! Somebody's was that comedian's name? Somebody going to get hurt real bad. Bosa, now I got DeForest Buckner coming to the middle. Almost unmolested. Or if the offensive line makes a mistake, get Buckner! Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That's all I can think of, Woo! You got one speed rusher, you got one power rusher. One of them's going to get him. Lethal Niner Empire. Hey, me and my better half are watching together and I always have a fun time. Jimmy G's run out of bounds. Dog nugget. You, don't worry. We are not trading down. Remember what Peter said? I know, man. Anything that worries me is the possibility somebody does offer enough to get the 49ers to offer down, and he's down to number 12 or 13, like the Dolphins or something. Oh, no! What are we going to get? Could get greedy. I don't want that. I want the best in each round. Steve Randall says, so I heard a rumor that the 49ers could trade their second-round pick for DeMarcus Lawrence. And then we could draft Williams and have the best defensive lineman in all of football. There are some problems going on in Texas. This I will say nothing about. I have no idea. And you got Xavier Rhodes now. Talking about he is like where he is. Are the 49ers going to make a deal here? Oh, God. He says, and the 49er fanboy probably goes too. Kenny! Kenny, we're all fanboys. Everybody has their favorite player. You don't have to claim you're not a fanboy. You're a supporter of a certain kind of talent. There ain't nothing wrong with that. And everybody has their own perspectives on who's going to fit the mold better. You know, I know you like Allen. You know, it's okay. If we get Allen, I ain't gonna be unhappy. And if we get Bosa, I'll be even more happier. But, you know, that's the way it goes. Quinnen is another story, though. I still want pressure coming off the edges. You know what? Trey Flowers would have worked off coming off the edge on the big end, too. Couldn't get him. Anyway, where am I now? Oh, Travis Milan, what's up? Is his question, we only got one really good edge guy. Do you think that's going to get you through the season? No! That's what I'm talking about. I want two beasts. Oh, my God. It scares me to death. And can you see it now? Man, they're carrying D Ford off the field. That looks pretty serious. It's okay. We got Bosa. All right? All right, we'll just work with you. We'll go ahead and put just give you got Armstead on the other side. Armstead's a good he sets the edge well. He plays the run well. Just give the job to him. I know you're thinking maybe Solomon T might come around, but I wish he would. Maybe Solomon T will. We'll see. All right. Hey, Justin!
How you doing, sir?
Justin doing all right, man. We're just sitting over here going through the KNBR draft picks and looking down through the pretty brilliant stuff, though. But, Justin, who do you want, say, the first, second, and third round?
I want to, first, before I get to that, I wanted to ask you a question. Did you happen to listen to John Lynch's KNBR interview today?
Not yet. I did say I didn't get around to it yet, though. He said a lot of things. He talked about AB and how they never thought about him. I know that. And
yes.
And he likes he mentioned also why we lost. We did not do well with the OBJ thing. And I heard about that. What else?
Well, he basically discussed, that they never were interested in Antonio Brown, and that was good to hear. That was really good to hear because I was worried. I was really worried because I don't think although I really wanted Odell, I think if we got Odell or Tony Brown, we wouldn't have acquired or signed this many much defensive players because we're playing K1. Yeah, and so I think it was good at the same time. I think it has its benefits. Even though I know everybody wanted Odell or Tony Brown, I think it was good because we still got we needed defensive players. We need defensive players, and we got it. That was a good thing.
That's right.
So I still think we could pick up a receiver in free agency. I don't know who, for cheap. I think for cheap. I think Jermaine Kearse comes to mind because I don't get signed.
Do you think we need to force that issue? Do we really need a receiver so bad that we're gonna just go get somebody's? I mean, I don't know if I want. We got what's his name? Something Matthews. Jordy Matthews, right?
Jordy Matthews.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think it's an unfortunate issue. I'd like to see the 49ers draft somebody now. Somebody that's fresh, new, and can be molded into something special. Has got a lot of raw talent. There's no point in paying a lot more money for another wide receiver. Just my opinion. I mean, you know.
Well, I wanted, that's why I wanted to ask because I think that if we got a Tony Brown or a Odell Beckham, that's a lot of money we're paying him for 5 years because I think Odell has like 3 more years on this contract, I believe.
Yeah.
Or he was the highest paid receiver.
Yeah.
But all that money, our cap would have went straight to Odell and no money to spend on dynamic defensive players like K1 Alexander, who was dominant for like 3 years, even though he fell for like 2 years, I think. Fell for like 2 years.
Yeah.
He was still dominant, and we D4'd dominant player. Paid him a lot of money, 5 years, 85, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
So
and Antonio came in asking to have his contract expanded. That was already not going to happen the 49ers. Parag Marathi would have just ran out of the office screaming. So, it's Antonio Brown had a lot of things to go into that little mix of things why the 49ers said we briefly looked at him and we were done with that. And I knew it. I had a feeling. And everybody says, well, the locker room, you can get over that for a player that's that talented. So that was Big Show. Big Show, I like to quote you. Big Show says, bring him in, and he'll have enough people around
Big
him.
Show talking? Is Big Show talking?
He says he'll have enough people surrounding him that he'll know how to act. You can't get a leopard in the middle of the jungle to take off his stripes.
Your new rule, so. I know your new rules, so I won't respond to that, but I will.
No, I'm just saying. So. You don't have to. Your personal tax. You can talk about his choices, though. That's okay. I always do.
I will say, at least I'm not the same guy who wants Greedy, the 49ers take Greedy at a first-round pick.
Wait a minute. Did Show want Greedy in the first round? I've not seen everything he's doing recently.
Yes, he did. He did multiple times.
God bless him. He's like, you know what? The thing is, go ahead.
So I think after however we do in the first round is how we do. I'm fine with Williams if we do not get Bosa because I at this point I don't think the Cardinals are going to trade Rosen. I just don't. I don't think because I think
depends on what they get offered.
I think they're probably going to stay. And I the only reason I do not think I think the Cardinals. The only reason I think if we trade back is if the Cardinals take Bosa because I feel like we don't have that much high tolerance on Williams or Allen to pick at the number 2 because of what happened with Thomas. And I know you freaked out about it. I saw your reaction. That was hilarious.
I haven't gotten over that yet, and it's amplified by his latest performances. He's got to get better, Justin. I know he's going to get better.
Yeah, so I believe I strongly do believe that Thomas. I don't know what's wrong with Thomas. I really don't, and I really thought we were gonna take Adams. I really did at number 3. So like at this point, I don't know if we're gonna take Bosa. I don't know, but now I'm not putting all my hopes on it because last time I was putting hopes on where I was gonna take. I thought we were taking Adams, Jamal Adams.
Last year? Oh, the year before last.
Yeah. And we took Thomas, which we had, and some of us were like, "What the hell? Who?"
I know.
And so I don't know. I'm like, first round, I'm like nervous. The rest of the picks, we only have 6 picks. I'm nervous because I'm like, what can we do to make sure that we have an explosive draft? Because I think this draft is like really it for John Lynch and Shanahan because John Lynch has to hit a home run because last 2 has been all right.
Okay, hey, Justin, hold on a second. Justin, hold on a second. Quest for 6, cut it out. Guys, I'm serious. Today, we're going to lay the hammer down. The personal attacks will stop as of right now. Please, guys. Do I have to beg you? Please, cut it out. Talk football or else you got to go. Come on. And Coach, please don't instigate. Coach, please. Come on, guys. Try to get along. I'm begging you. All right, Justin, go ahead.
Well, I forgot what I said. like I said, I'm just worried for the rest of the picks because I think John Lynch and Shannon have to hit a home run for this draft. I really do. They need to hit a home run for this draft because I think
They have to.
if they do not hit a home run, I think Jed York is because I know Jed York is not a patient man. Jed York is not a patient man at all.
He can't be
not a
anymore.
patient man.
He's out of time.
Yeah. Yeah, if you saw what happened, if we saw Jim Harbaugh leave out the door, what makes you think that? What makes us think that? What's his name? Freaking Shanahan is not going to be showing the exact same door because he's not patient. He's not patient, and I just really think Jed York is looking at his fingers like they got to hit a home run. They really do.
They do. But you know what? He's also said that he saw what happened last year, and that, put it this way, that's not strike two. So if they do have a good season this year, at least a decent season this year, and they're moving upward, he just wants to see forward momentum created. Stop going backwards and go forward, and because it's a process. Justin, this team, they started with dirt and no seeds. So, it takes a while to get a little growth out of it. I'm sure Jed's probably looking at it that way. So.
I did see Josh Allen as a play. I did see he could play linebacker.
He may be.
But we just re-signed Malcolm Smith to a freaking restructured contract. So
hey, Justin, I got a theory on that. I want to share that with you. They signed him to a 1-year deal, right? So if they have to pay him, they're keeping him only because they have to. Malcolm is on the way out if they can find a replacement in the draft, just like they did Jeremy Curley year before last when they brought in Trent Taylor, and they said, "Hey, he's good enough. Goodbye, Jeremy." And that was it of that. That's the same thing's going to happen this year. Now the guaranteed money they had to pay Malcolm Smith this year, they pay that little amount of money, and Malcolm, good luck to you. Take care. Watch. But they got to pull somebody to get him now.
I don't think Malcolm Smith. I highly think we should look at trading Selma Thomas or one of the receivers to get more picks in the draft because we only have 6 picks, and I don't feel like those 6 picks are going to make sure.
Yeah.
But
they better be high quality picks. Just we ran out of time though. Let's see.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Hey, no telling what's going to happen between now and then. So we'll talk to you then. Huh?
Yes, sir.
All right, Phil.
All right.
Yes. All right. Jorge says, me and Chloe always send a big love to you and the crew. God, so Jorge. Chloe! Jim Thurlkill says, Solomon is like a first date. You act like a gentleman, buy her everything, hoping for a happy ending. At the end of the... Okay, and you end up with a handshake. Solomon's a handshake. and you know the rest. Jim, I read that. I was probably not supposed to read that publicly. All right, the as one addict, who wouldn't want a Bosa and Thomas combo? As when you, I think I'd rather have a Bosa and who'd be next to him inside. Whoa. On certain packages, Bosa, Thomas, Buckner, D. Ford. That could be interesting. That could be very interesting. Ricky Burchett says, you guys make like Mike Tomlinson sounds like a god. Think about Antonio Brown, played for him in the Steelers his whole career. It can't be the only one that can handle AB. Yeah. But Ricky, it's like who's willing to, more than likely. 49ers are trying to create a certain atmosphere in the locker room. And they probably, and they could be wrong. I agree. They could be wrong, but they probably felt like bringing Antonio in would probably not be the best thing to do. I'm guessing. Although Beckham Jr., I'm not sure about him either, though. So if they're really looking for a squeaky clean personality that come in and mesh well. But I figured since he's 26, maybe they think he might work a little better. Antonio's already told you, listen, people gonna do things on my terms. As soon as he said that, he took himself off the table with a lot of people, a lot of teams. Big Show says, first overall pick is guaranteed $20 million, Murray transferred to Oklahoma and couldn't beat out Pat Mahomes on the cliff. Bosa is their pick. And they need offensive linemen, Show. They don't. Show, take a look at the Cardinals starters from last year. They don't need Bosa. That would be a redundant pick. And not only that, it'd be dangerous. They need offensive line. If they're going to keep a quarterback, whomever he is, in a pocket, they're going to need offensive linemen. So Bosa's going to be available no matter what at number 2. No, Show. Come on, Show, man. I give you credit for better thinking than that. Nicholas Postateri says, since the chat refused to answer me, Ronbo, where the hell will Q Williams play on our D? He plays same spot as Buck, and he'll bust if we put him at a nose tackle. See, Nicholas, that's the write-up on Quinnen. Everybody says, okay, sure, he's good at what he does in college, but you put him at the nose tackle against NFL offensive lines. Man, you're asking a bit much for a kid that only played 1 year. I don't know if the 49ers are willing to take that risk or not. Maybe he can handle it, but you don't want maybes in your first-round pick. You want to think in definites. A solid, the kind of pick where they say is pretty much safe, as they say in the NFL for the first-round pick. You don't want to gamble with that first round. If you're going to take him out of his comfort zone and make him play somewhere other than he did, as a first-round pick, like they're doing to as they're doing right now to Solomon Thomas, you're asking for trouble. You put that kid where he did his best work if he's your first-round pick. You don't ask him to play too far away from where he used to. But you know what? He could, maybe, but it's still a risk. Because DeForest Buckner owns that 3 spot. He's going to be going that B gap all day long. He owns it. So, yeah, here this kid comes in. He's the same guy, right? DeForest, we're going to move you over. What? We got a new guy we want to put in there. What? See, it doesn't follow, right? And Quinton, though, he'll be gun-ho because he's already said he'll play anywhere they put him. So, hey, Demetrius.
Ronbo, what's going on, bro?
D, man, just sitting back in, checking things out. What's going on with you?
Ain't nothing, just listening in, see what's going on here, what's going on, man.
Yeah,
Hope everything all right with you, man. Keeping these dudes in mind, man. That dudes need to cut it out, man.
Just trying to get them to stop fighting
Holy
so
cow.
hard. Hey, but you know what? First 3 picks, man. I'm telling you, man, them is the crazy picks. Because those are the most important picks of the 49ers last 2 years, actually, this year. They got to make it right this time. Just like Trevor was pointing out a minute ago. They got to hit home runs this time. Or that was Trevor, yeah.
Nah,
Justin. Yeah.
Definitely. That's what I was talking about a couple of shows ago, but that's all I've been on. We have to, bro. We want to be the best. We got to pick the best. It's going all the way down to the complimentary pick, man. We got to pick the best players. All honesty, though. But now the first 3 rounds, though, like I said, we don't get Nick Bosa. I'm heavy on the dude Sweat, man. I'm heavy on the young man Sweat. Because you know why, Ronbo? He ran faster than Josh Allen in the 40. And my take on it is, if you look at it, if you want to see how fast they get off the ball, look at their 40, how quick he get off the run of his 40. That'll give you a glimpse of what he can do.
The cone drill and some of those other drills too, for short area quickness.
So if that bro ran the 4.4, he's getting off that ball quick. So
it's true. But
that's how I'm looking at it.
Sweat's even faster than that, though.
He's quick, man, and he's long. That's my thing. Because if you got a fast running back like a Saquon Barkley trying to bounce it outside, if he get bent inside, he can easily, you know how they say, keep that outside arm out.
Yeah.
Make sure nobody get past you. And he can do that. I like him because he's long. And then
Allen?
I have hold on. Now I got Bosa. Or Sweat. I ain't even thinking about Allen. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I have second round. I got the safety, Deonte Thompson from Alabama. I want him in the second round. Him or tackle or guard in the second round. That's where I think we need to go. And
And
then
you need a guy that can play guard and tackle. Because Staley,
we need the most versatile player at that position.
yeah, fast and everything.
Agile, man. He gotta be quick in the hips and strong up top. You know what I mean? But for the type of offense we run, so you gotta be able to do both. And for like the third round, I was looking at a cornerback. His name is Iman Marshall. I think he's from Southern Cal, USC. It's pretty good. And then there's another one from I think he's a safety or free safety or just a safety or cornerback, either or, from Texas, number 11. I forget his name. I'll look him up once I'll hang up and I'll hit you back. But yeah, that's all I got. And then like in them last picks, we got to get gems, man. Like that dude I was telling you about, Ronald Ali. Did you look him up, man? That big dude I was telling you that ran a.
They was talking about him yesterday on NFL Network. Yeah, he's not. Nobody knows what he is because he could be a tight end. Right? Same guy?
At 300? Holy shit.
Wait. Who's Ollie? I just got through reading about him.
Ronald Ali. He's a D tackle, I believe.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's another guy. Okay, I'm thinking about. All right.
That's the dude. He's 300 pounds, and he ran a what did he run? He ran a 4.840 at 300.
That's okay. I was watching him on NFL Network. He's a defensive tackle. And
yes. So I think we go grab somebody like him and then work him in with.
Oh, I just realized when I got that.
This year.
That's on he's on the draft. KNBR is picking him. That's where I seen that name. Yeah, he's already in their draft. Late round pick, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Exactly, that's a gem right there. We need somebody like that. You know what I mean?
Somebody's gonna surprise
we just gotta
everybody.
work it, man. We gotta work it into a dynasty, man. We building these gold bricks right now, man. We stacking these gold bricks. You know what I mean? The gold rush is coming all out. We about to get it. Just got to be patient, but we got to be smart and patient. You know what I mean? And get them dudes that's about that business, Ronbo.
That's it.
We got to get some dudes that want that work.
Because the thing is, you know what, Demetrius, the team is actually established. Rookies that come in this year are probably only going to see limited action, except for maybe the first round pick, second round pick too, possibly, because that's been the case the last couple of years. But some of these guys are going to come in and just learn and work behind and rotate in. So whoever makes it. And the next year they'll be looking for somebody else to fill that same void if you ain't that good, and they can see right away, you know. Solomon Thomas was given a lot of time so far to develop. So this is probably the last year they'll probably take with him. And they renewed.
Sorry, Rob.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying my face hit the buttons on the phone. I was pressing buttons.
Because they gave Armstead his 3-year window, and apparently, his 4th year, he finally came around and showed a little bit, so they picked up his option. Solomon may get the same thing, though. You know, they may look at Solomon this year and say, well, we didn't get rid of Armstead. We were patient with him, and we're finding out that he's serviceable. Because you need your depth.
And Armstead played every game last year, too.
And that, too.
So that's a big plus for him. Yeah. That's a big plus for him. Since Solomon Thomas been in the league, he's been hurt. So, I think he's on like a prove it deal. If he don't prove nothing, I think they gonna cut him. Because if you got one of these dudes that's coming in there that's about that business and they want that work, man, and they show improvement more than him, what you gonna do? You gotta go. I ain't gonna put you on a practice squad.
I can't. I don't think. A first-round pick on a practice squad? What have we? I think that would be a first, Demetrius. How embarrassing!
You know what I'll do? I'll trade him to the AFC. I'll make a deal with the Patriots because I think Bill Belichick will work with him. You know what I mean? He needs somebody like that in his life. You know what I mean?
I wonder if Belichick could use.
Honestly,
Belichick makes everybody work though. It's about Belichick's scheme and plan, I guess. Because how come everybody works? Belichick can have some so-so draft picks every year, but they all work together for the Belichick machine. And they come in there and show up in the playoffs every year.
He know how to tap into them dudes, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand. Like, I hope we take their model and what whatever they doing over there, we need to go to New England for the summer, drink their water, and then come back.
Take
Bottle
a
it up.
shower in their
That's what we
showers.
need. For real, man. But yeah, Ronbo, that's all I have to talk about tonight, bro. Ain't
All right,
nothing.
Demetrius,
I just
appreciate
wanted
you,
to call
fam.
and say what up to the Night Empire, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate everything you do, man.
Thanks, fam. I'll be looking for you Sunday, too.
Yes, sir. I'll be there.
All right.
I'll be there. Have a good night, bro.
You too, Demetrius. Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to tell you, you know what? The Patriots, man, I don't know about the Patriots, man. I don't know why. I was looking back at some review between Elway and the Patriots draft picks. Do you know that Elway has outdrafted Belichick for the last 4 years? How many times has Belichick been in the playoffs in the last 4 years? The problem with Elway is he can't draft a quarterback to save his life. That's why him and Trent Baalke get together and they can talk. Baalke will not. Oh no, Baalke's with the wide receivers. Trent cannot draft a wide receiver. He's not that good with the quarterbacks either. But he cannot draft a wide receiver to save his life. Whew, man. As Cal says, Niners! We should sign top quality conditioning staff because of the injuries we had last year. As like I say, did, man. They went out and got a group, sports science group. We just hired another conditioning coach the other day, too, to work those guys out. So they're making efforts to find somebody who can help these guys fine-tune those engines so they work better. Jim Thurlkin says, Williams has the exact same moves as Aaron Donald. If they put him at the big end and the front four, Williams, Buckner, Armstead, and Ford. Q was hungrier and more humble than Bosa. Everybody thinks Bosa because Bosa grew up in a well-to-do family that he's not motivated. I don't know. He says you could be a beast and humble too. Okay. Joseph L. Baby! He says, I didn't get the alert. YouTube trip and Empire Night Gang. Yeah, they do that to us every now and then. I'm sorry, fam. Zachary Rogers Sr., I would love A.J. Brown as Shanahan's slot machine. And you can think about A.J. Brown, you can line him up on the outside too. So that would really work well for the 49ers. So, hey, James, come on in, James.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo? How you doing?
James, man, we're just sitting here watching them days go by till they melt into the 25th.
Oh yeah, it's not long now. We got
Yeah, we're talking
exactly.
a little over 4. We're talking 4
20
weeks, a little less,
20,
actually. Yeah,
26
25th.
days.
Yeah, well, yeah,
26
days. Yeah.
days as of 12 o'clock tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
By the grace of God. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but it's rolling right along. I heard a caller a little while ago that had said that there's a possibility that 49ers might try to make a trade with the Cowboys for DeMarcus Lawrence.
I know that. I just saw that one. Somebody else posted that one up already.
Yeah, they said today that one of the reasons why the Cowboys haven't done a long-term deal with him, he's got to have labrum surgery or something. Something is going on.
I heard about his shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to have labrum surgery, and he wants to sign a deal before they do the before he does the surgery.
Yeah.
And nobody in their right mind, that's like it's like a car dealer telling you, look, I'm gonna sell you the car. You know it's the newest, hottest thing out there, but I ain't got the motor.
It needs some work.
I'll have the motor in it by the time you get ready to, drive it off the lot, and that doesn't sound right at all. But anyway, that's what's going on with him. And I really think, I'm really starting to look at this thing, and I just, who I'm going to say that my number one overall pick is in the first round with the second pick. I'm still gonna stick to Allen, and I'm going to tell you why. Someone has said that in picking Quinton Williams, he's going to be the double team. He's going to be double team. He's going to be that force that opens up the middle. Well, we already got that DJ Jones and Sheldon Day, and in drafting
DeForest Buckner.
Right, and Quinton Williams, then that means you're going to have to move Buckner. And they're not, listen,
They're not going to move Buckner.
They're not going to move Buckner, period. There has been, there has not been a defensive tackle in the league, I think, that goes all the way as far back as Bubba Smith when he played with the Indianapolis Colts. Now, I'm serious. When they were the Baltimore Colts, not when they were the Indianapolis Colts, when they were the Baltimore Colts that had as much constant statistics and basically staying on the field the amount of snaps that a defensive lineman plays. Buckner has always surpassed that ever since he's been drafted, man. They literally have to take this guy off the field because he's got a motor that just doesn't quit. And I am looking forward to seeing him, D Ford, and of course the other additions. I hope and pray that this can be the breakout season for Justin Verrett because, man, listen, that guy Jonathan Delmar.
It's Jason Verrett. Mm.
Yeah, Jason Verrett. And I was watching that guy, Jonathan Delmar, that's a reporter for the 49ers to some capacity. It has a show on the web about all 49ers. And he was breaking down that film of Verrett when he played against Antonio Brown in that Steelers game.
Right.
And it was just amazing to see how fluid this kid is with his hip movements. He's playing press off the line. He's not going to allow a receiver to think you're going to take away, you're going to stack me and basically get the opening on the route. And I mean, just plays a phenomenal game, man. And I would love to see him completely healthy. Now, if you ask me about Akello and Malcolm can get in the same taxi, okay? Both of them can turn their gate cars.
I mean, not even a car, getting a taxi.
Get in a taxi. Give them a taxi. Don't eat. Listen, give them a taxi, man, or put them in one of them Ubers and get them out of there, okay? But I'm gonna say, I mean, it just is what it is because nothing for nothing. I don't mind seeing Verrett getting that starting job and then being able to mix it up because I think Tavarius Moore he's gonna outplay Akello. Hopefully, if he can stay well as all in the same. He started to flash. He started to show things that, hey, that game is not too big for him and he belongs. Look at that Chicago game.
Yeah, no, yeah, good. And he runs quickly. I noticed. And if he got smoked on one play, he wasn't going to get smoked on the next play.
Got smoked. You know what I see?
He hits.
Them games that he played, it was an earlier game. I forgot who he played before Chicago. But anyway, he got smoked on a play, and he came back, and I believe it was against them Sea Chickens, where Doug Baldwin beat him on a play.
Yeah.
What did he do? He turned around and came back on the next play, and Russell Wilson tried that wheel route again, and Moore was right there like, yeah, you do that again, and I'm going to pick this ball off.
Yeah, I like that about him.
Russell
Fool me
Wilson
once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Yeah. So
Russell Wilson would not go back against Tavarius Moore unless he's seen that the receiver was just wide open 3 or 4 yards on him.
Yeah.
He wasn't allowing that.
He's got that speed.
So of course. And there's a great upside with him. And I really do think right now, listen, we're in a car going down the highway. We got our foot on the gas. We made some great moves in free agency. Let's not take our foot off this gas right now, okay? Speed limit 75 or better. Let's keep it right at 83, 82 and a half, 83. And I'm going to say it like this. I looked at the things that Jonathan Delmar pointed out about Juan Alexander. He's a great young linebacker, got a lot of upside. Okay. But at the end of the day, we still got him and Fred Warner. We need to still continue to upgrade at that linebacker position. I've said it before and I'll say it again. We need a great outside linebacker right now, a Sam linebacker. This kid, Allen, 17 sacks in 2018. No off the field issues so far. No injuries so far. Plays, has got very good coverage skills. We picked Bosa. I've said it before. We're limited at what we can do with Bosa. And when Bosa comes off the field, when Bosa comes on the field, then that means that D Ford is going to have to sit. I don't think they signed.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Shanahan's got a dream of having pressure coming off the big end and the Leo. That's his vision.
Now I'm gonna say this much. While some people are saying let's trade, maybe we ought to think about trading Solomon. And if I have time, I'll go back to that little point of emphasis I was trying to make with the Bosa situation. Listen, man, this kid Solomon, 23 years old. I don't even want to imagine what it would be like to find out that your sister committed suicide. One of your biggest fans, okay, that I don't care how you look at it, you make something like the NFL, you go from having some money to now you found these great fortunes of great revenue and you've earned that right. Now you're in there. And his sister was probably his biggest supporter besides his mom and dad. She committed suicide. We don't know what this young kid went through out there on the field. Like, hey, my sister committed suicide last week. I still got to play this game next Sunday. You understand? While the family's going through just a whole bunch of things, man, that I'm not giving up on him. I think he deserves another year because we could start to see him come around and get somewhat better and play much better. So now we still continue to revamp this defense. I'm looking at, listen, we had in 2013, we didn't have the greatest secondary, but what we had is a dominant front seven that can get after a quarterback from all different angles, okay? We need right now, the most important pressing need to me is in that secondary. People are saying we need to, maybe we need to think about a safety and this and that. Well, we've got some young safeties that with the front seven getting extremely better and even with somewhat better cornerbacks, that defense is going to come together, man. And I don't know if people realize it
James,
or not.
Did you call Sherm and our new guy somewhat better in the secondary?
No, I'm just saying when you've got a front seven that, well, okay, Ronbo, I see how you do.
That way, I have I got a feeling our secondary cornerbacks are going to be raging tough this year because what people don't understand is Sherman is probably healthier than he was last year, no doubt about it. With the Achilles, it takes a while to get over it. I look for Sherman. Yeah. They had respect for Sherman last year just because his name is Richard Sherman. Boy, that's serious.
Well, I just mean, not cutting you off. I'm telling you, listen, man, the last team that I can really remember that had a very great offense and a very great defense to complement
went to the Super Bowl. Yeah.
They went to 4 Super Bowls and lost every one of them in the Buffalo Bills.
You talking about the Buffalo Bills?
That's right. I'm saying, and don't get it wrong. In '95, we went and we were good enough to repeat. But guess what? We had a plethora of free agents that were leaving.
And that happens.
Deion Sanders was one of them. Yeah. We lost Deion Sanders. We lost Sagard. We lost Ricky Waters. We lost what was the other boy? The fullback we had, Floyd something. We lost so many players in that after that '95 Super Bowl. But the point I was saying about when you got a great defense and a great offense, man, you can reach unbelievable heights. You can do it over and over again. Let's not take our foot off the gas. And let's go ahead. Listen,
agreed.
We're not.
Agreed.
We're
James,
not
we got to
gonna
stop
move.
there,
We're
though.
not gonna- Yeah, man.
We'll get there.
I know. Yeah, okay. But anyway, like I said, right now I'm sticking to my guns on my picks. Go ahead and get Allen.
I know it,
and turn
too.
around. Yeah, man. I'm not going to change on that because I'm not sold on the Bosa kid, and we
None
surely
of us
ain't
are.
going to draft. We're
I
not
know
going
it.
to draft Williams and move D-Buck, man. But
James, I don't want you to change because I want who gets bragging rights that night. See,
No, I'm not.
yeah, we
changing.
all
I'm sticking
win,
with it.
no matter who they get.
Whoever they get, we all have to live with the decision because it's them, and we're just an opinionated party that love 49ers football.
That's right.
All we are. You understand? There's no need.
Right.
Yeah, that's exactly right, man. And like
right,
I
James.
said. All right, man. Well, thank you anyway. Niner Empire, Niner for life. Love what you do, Ronbo. And
Thanks,
if
James.
anybody wants to find out who James's pick is in the first round, Josh Allen. Thank you. Niner Empire, Niner
He makes
for
that
life.
clear every time he calls in. It's about J.A. All right, James.
It, buddy.
Wait. We're waiting for it,
thank
James.
you,
Don't leave us hanging. You got to say it.
Niner Empire, Niner for life for the third time. Have a great evening. Be blessed. Thank
We
you
like
so
it, James.
much.
One,
Love
four,
you.
five more times. All right, James.
Anytime, man. Thank you.
All right, fam. See you tomorrow. Or Sunday.
Have a great evening. Sunday.
Thanks,
Sunday. All right, buddy. Take care.
All right. It's a Tyler? Yeah. Go ahead, put Tyler. Wait, hold on a second. I got to make an adjustment here. I got to fix my pants. They're sort of like crawling up in an area I can't stand, all right? I don't want you guys to see me. All right. It's fixed now. And notice I shared with you each and every moment of that. All right. That's why you're not supposed to wear tidy whities when you do this kind of thing. I never do. My laundry. Okay. Anyway. Okay. And can you repeat the chat rules because they're not listening and it's ruining my Ronbo experience. This is my favorite 49er show. Love this show. Kenny, thank you so much. And guys, please, I beg you, please refrain from the personal shots. Talk football, guys. Football. Not personal shots about the shoes a guy's wearing or how he combs his hair. Come on, guys. Let's all be adults today. The funny thing about it is me asking anybody to be an adult today. But anyway, guys, let's be civilized. Stop fighting like crazy. Other people are watching. It's an embarrassment. Talk ball. If you want to beat somebody up, beat them up with football knowledge. But the personal shots have to stop. Or guys, I don't want to time you out. I don't want to do it. All right. Hey, Tyler, come on in, man.
Ronbo, you need to proofread those comments and make sure they're not Raider or Ram fans in there that they're roasting. So
yeah, that's a good point.
If they're in there, then
they're doing that on purpose, right? Somehow we always know who the outsiders are. It's kind of some of the names are familiar though.
Yes, because we're united.
Yeah, God. Because we can talk and argue football without getting all pissed off. I think people get too pissed off. We take it seriously and understand it's an emotional thing,
Especially me and you, it never gets personal.
Oh, yeah.
We just
And
say
me and
our
Big Show.
opinions
Me and Big
and,
Show
yeah.
are a classic example of being able to talk football without saying anything nasty about each other. Now, I can say things like Big Show has no idea what he's talking about with the first-round pick, but that's not vicious. It's true.
Let's pick Rashawn Gary. He's a mirror image of Alden Smith. Oh, no, slow down.
Yay! It's so funny because I don't know what's going on here. It must be something wrong with Walter football. But
Nick
Rashawn
Bosa
Gary's
is
still
Solomon
ranked
Thomas.
at number 2.
No, he's not.
Who? He is.
He's like, Nick Bosa is the same as Solomon Thomas.
I
No,
know.
he's not. Your mama should have smacked you when you were younger.
They see, that's not a good comparison. Somebody else did that too. It's not only Show. Somebody else said Solomon Thomas and Nick Bosa the same player.
She either dropped you on your head or she didn't smack you enough when you were younger.
That's not true.
Come on,
I mean,
man.
you can make some comparisons with Nick, but that's not a good one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and you know
Tyler,
what? Stupid.
Hey, give me some choices here, because you know what? First 3 rounds are critical. I'm talking red light, Tyler. What do you like, man?
Like I said, I'm okay with Quinton Williams. I'm okay with Nick Bosa. I'm okay with Josh Allen. Any one of those 3, I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah, and we all should be, actually. You know, I think if
Yeah, I love all
Quinton, they
three
could
of
use
those
him
guys.
somewhere. If they don't use him on the, he's not going to take DeForest Buckner out of his position, but he may be able to do what he says he can. He says he can slide up and down the line anywhere. So,
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of the other Josh Allen, the quarterback, you know what was funny about that? I was watching his highlights. A man that big should not be moving that fast. That dude can run.
I know. Did you see him hurdle
Oh
over
my
that guy?
God. Yeah.
I didn't see that game. I was shocked. They kept running that. They put it in a loop. Josh Allen hurdling over. I says, Josh, you're a quarterback. Well, I would have been going nuts if I was a coach. Oh my God, Josh! Oh my
You know
God!
Shanahan wouldn't put up with that.
Ah. Who what?
Oh, no. Shanahan would not put up with that.
No, he'd have him signing waivers.
He'd make
after.
Jimmy sit down for like a quarter. If Jimmy tried that, he'd be like, Jimmy, sit down for – you sit up for a quarter.
You know. And actually, I heard they made Jimmy sign papers as now on, you run out of bounds. All right. Now, if you don't run out of bounds, Jimmy, I'm going to sign you here, and you lose this amount of money. Okay, run out of bounds.
If you try to obviously there are going to come times where he has to get out of the pocket and scramble and make a play. We didn't see a lot of that at the beginning of last season. I feel like he was overcoached in that area.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, we never want you extending plays and throwing the ball out of the pocket, which that's just not realistic. So
No, but you know what?
I feel like
No
he
one
was
just
overcoached.
slide. And I think Jimmy does that pretty well. I mean, this was just the first brain fart I ever seen him do. That dude was standing right in front of him, Tyler. It's too late to make that move. It's too tight of a
Like
move
Jimmy,
anyway.
we still had a play, man. Like he
did.
threw a touchdown the next play. Like here's
Yeah.
the thing, I feel like Shanahan still would have called that play. Jimmy would have
Probably.
made the throw, and the players were distracted at that point, so that penalty might not have happened. We still would have scored.
Probably.
No. That penalty shouldn't have happened in the first place. Juice was just blocking a guy, and they were saying, "Oh, that's pass interference." How's it pass interference? He's blocking a guy.
I know. That's okay.
And plus, with the new
Because
rule,
they're going to be able to call those
that would have been reversed.
they're going to be able to relook at them next year. I can't wait. But you know what? Like Richard Sherman says about that PIs, now the league has further control over how to manipulate games. That's the only bad thing about it is. Because you and I, Tyler, we're sitting at home, oh, are you serious? You guys make that call and you know good and well that was not right. See, that's Sherman's right. They can decide whether or not it was a PI or not. The referee makes the initial call, everybody's screaming and yelling. But if they call over the sideline and they look at it real long, the play stance is called,
Yeah,
49ers will be charged a timeout.
Something that kind of bothered me though, like I get it. I mean, okay, something that bothered me. Those people are like, "Oh, you're trying to take the human element out of the game." It's like, no, it's not. Here's the thing: we're trying to get the calls as accurate as possible.
Right.
We're trying to make sure that they're correct. Now,
Stop
the
cheating.
human
teams.
element is always going to be there because they're human football players.
Yep.
They're all humans out there playing football. The referees have to get the calls as right as they can. So, adding a replay to that makes it as accurate as possible. You want the right call to be called. Now, what bothered me was it says the first 28 minutes of each half. So you can't challenge it inside 2 minutes. But here's the thing. Every penalty within 2 minutes, I think, at least pass interference, will automatically be reviewed.
It should
So
be
you won't have to challenge
without me
it.
having to call it, right? And that's what it
I was
should.
about to
Is
say,
that in the
if
rule?
that-
I
if
didn't
that
read the whole
wasn't-
rule. Within 2 minutes,
it
huh?
says automatically under 2 minutes. I don't know if it's pass interference or all penalties now, but pass interference will be reviewed under 2 minutes.
Good.
I was happy to read that because if it didn't say that, then it'd just be the first 28 minutes and you can't challenge, and they don't automatically review it. If that was the case, then it wouldn't have fixed anything because that Saints game was within 2 minutes, and the new rules still want to change that. But since it's automatic review inside 2 minutes, it's fine.
Yeah.
But I just hope it doesn't make the game so much longer because of this one.
Tyler, have you ever saw
people
a game, though, with the 49ers in it that you thought was too long? I've never seen a game that I thought was too long. If they played another 2 or
No,
3
because we
quarters, I'd
enjoy
be happy.
watching our team.
It was, yeah, right, But other games, all right. I'll just get up and leave, And Tyler, I tell you what, you're in the right age group if you can design a padded, computerized movable machine on the field that can stay out of players' way, that's sensitive to motion, and make these calls right. Do you know that you'll make a fortune? Because people are sick and tired of the officials. So if you can make a padded machine out there that can't hurt the players. It has all the electronic equipment in the world in it. It's very sensitive. It can make the right calls. God, whoever designs that is going to make a fortune. People don't care about the refs. Get him out of here. Get the computer out there. God.
Yeah, and you know something I thought was cool? Jimmy was hanging out with Mike Shanahan in the offseason, watching film with him and stuff. So Mike Shanahan's like, all right, listen, Jimmy, here, you see this? Yeah, you should have ran out of bounds, buddy. And the second part, hey, he's watching film with him. He's like, the second part, well, when he first meets him, he shakes his hand, and he's like, Jimmy, what are you doing messing around with this hoe, man? Like, you can't be doing that.
Mike Shanahan's not going to say anything like that to Jimmy.
Dude, are you kidding me? Have you heard? I heard Kyle was really hard on Jimmy last offseason.
Was he really? About Miss Licious?
No, it's about the playbook. No, it's about the playbook and stuff. I do think he kind of overcoached him a little bit. Like, because in the first couple games, you didn't see Jimmy throwing the ball out of the pocket at all. When he got out of there, he didn't throw it, which kind of bothered me.
Yeah, he went down in a heap. He could have got rid of that ball several times when he went down in a sack. So
but anyway, Mike might have said that because you've heard some things that Kyle has said, like that kind of slipped out of his mouth. So
like at Senior Bowl. Yeah, I had no idea that Kyle had that nasty of a mouth. Man, that was funny.
And then you remember a couple years ago, it was before the Panthers game. He's like, this guy's starting. He goes, I don't mean to be a dick. And then he's like, wait. and another time.
When he's yelling at the officials?
Another time he was. Yeah.
On the sideline?
He was.
The one he got fined over?
It was in a press conference. And then, in another part, he had an interview with this guy like a few weeks ago at the combine, and then he's like, this guy's one of his friends from back in college, and he's interviewing him and stuff, and he's like, Kyle's like, are we allowed to cuss on this show? He's like, yeah. He goes, well, you are full of shit.
we got to go, Tyler. I tell you what, I'll look for you Sunday, okay?
Yeah. Niner Empire, Niner for life. Jimmy, we love you, but you got to stay away from the hose, man.
Oh, God. He's been good so far. He's focused. Good night,
he better
Tyler.
be. Or he better keep those things in private. All right. Niner Empire, Niner for life. Jimmy, stay away from the hose. Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch, we believe in you. At least I do.
Yeah.
Robert Saleh, give him a chance.
Yeah. He'll be okay.
Building this animal.
There you go.
Pipe on.
Tyler can't get over Jimmy's choices in feminine companionship. Hey, Zachary Rogers Sr. says, I would love A.J. Brown and Shanahan slot machine. Mm-hmm. Michael Dezat says, hello, 49 and friends and Ronbo. Don't be surprised they trade down. Ow! Ow! Please don't hit me with the TD words. And take a lineman. Whoever they pick will be a great player. Michael, we have needs. We have needs. What do you trade down to get a lineman? Offense or defense? I don't know why people want to trade down. I don't want to trade down. And Michael Hackett says, I'd say first round, Bosa second round, a wide receiver in third. Michael Jordan, the O-line. See, I could. This is my language here. Since last year, we drafted so many DBs. Yeah, the 49ers, as was suggested here from KNBR, they might get a safety, but not until a third round, just to make sure that they want competition at every position is what they want. So, it'll push everybody to get better than they might be ordinarily. Because we might have had that problem last year with the safeties. And Mo Higgs says Nick Bosa 6'3", 270. Solomon Thomas 6'3", 270. Both have short arms and below average closing speed. Excuse me? Bosa does not have below average closing speed. Something else, too, what people don't know. It is said that Bosa has quicker short area quickness. Yeah. He has quicker short area quickness than Allen. I hate to tell you. It's about short area quickness and explosion. Quick twitch muscle makes you a lot faster. You can run in a straight line long and fast, but it's guys who can move quick. you won't see guys escaping Bosa in any of his film. I think some people taking shots at Bosa just because they don't like him, and now they're starting to come up with science fiction. Bosa is nobody's slouch in any category. He knows how to get to the quarterback. You guys got to realize, when your family trains you from a child, especially your father was a professional player himself, Joey mentors his younger brother. It goes on and on. It's just like JJ and his brother, the Watts brothers. Both of them can play. It just goes that way. There's no need to try to find things and manufacture things wrong with Bosa. If you like Allen, understandable. But trying to downgrade Bosa into being a suck player, nobody's buying that. He didn't get to be the consistent number one by just being a Bosa. He earned it. He is that good. And I'm not saying promising we're going to draft him, but it looks like we should because of his edge rushing talents and the fact he's as they call him, safe pick. And hey, Mike.
Did you hear me?
Mike, I can hear you so loudly and clearly, and yes, Mike. Yes, I can hear you.
All right, good to hear. I just got home, so I missed most of whatever you guys
we've been going over the draft
tonight,
and what to expect. But as we always do, we get caught in the first round. But Mike, there's a second round, third round, fourth round, fifth round, sixth round. Mike, in fact, just for fun, are you prepared to make a sixth-round choice today?
Oh, me? Man, I couldn't give you 6 rounds. I can tell you, I could tell you who I want in the first 3 picks. I would like to see, but no, if that's what's going on tonight, you want a 6-round picks? No, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, okay. I was just saying because I was wondering if anybody went down that far in the draft. You know what I mean? Because most of us know who we want in the first round, but none of us have speculated beyond the first round. So that's what I'm saying. But have you thought about past the first round?
That's too much. I mean, look how much film you look at just in your personal time to take a look at these people who you might like the 49ers to pick in the first round. I don't have time to look at hundreds of different players and say, anyone who's breaking down 6 rounds for us, they're
working hard
through all these mock drafts that everyone else has done and read what they feel. Well, hey, this person says this and they say that. So I couldn't, but you're still stuck on Bosa,
huh? Well, I guess you could put it that way. I mean, I like Bosa, yeah.
But now, I know you're best. We traded back for Thomas. Okay, great. We picked him number 3, but. If you go and watch Solomon Thomas' college highlights.
Mike, are you the guy I was talking to on Twitter yesterday?
Yeah, that's me.
I've been working Mike for the last 2 or 3 days. All right, Mike, go ahead. You got me now, man. Go ahead, work me.
All right. With Bosa, you say he's a safe pick, and look at J.J. Watt and T.J. Watt. Well, T.J. Watt is not. He's not nearly as good as J.J. Watt.
Well, true.
He's good.
He's still pretty good.
He's not J.J. Watt. Well, I haven't seen any flashes that he's like, oh, this guy's going to be the next J.J. Watt. I know you don't see those comparisons.
No. I just said they're both talented. I mean, you're not. Some people are predicting a bust from Nick Bosa. That's not going to happen.
He's not a bust. Nick Bosa's not. He's not a bust. He's not a bust.
Yeah.
He's just. That's what everyone's been all over him. Oh, his brother, his pedigree. Look at this. And how did he injure his core?
I don't know.
Do we know? How did he injure his core? I mean, was he sitting on the toilet and pushing too hard and injured himself? I mean,
it could be.
How do you injure your core muscles, though?
Well, all you got to do is torque the wrong way. If you're spinning or something like that and something stops you and twists, you can tear your core. You can lift and hurt a core muscle.
Have you ever heard of anyone tearing their core before?
Yeah. Abdominal strains and things like that happen all the time. Yeah.
Well, but he didn't have an abdominal strain.
Well, your core area is that's.
I know it's your abdominal, but they never specified exactly. They just say his core. And he was out for how long? And he's talking about, he had to learn how to cough and poop again and stuff. And,
Mike, you know what you should do? You should ask for the medical records. Just tell them you're an official of the whatever 49ers or something. I need to see Nick Bosa's medical report.
I'll tell him I'm calling from Bosa Donuts corporate office. Yeah. And we need to get him on the insurance policy here.
Right, there you go.
For the new year. But no, it's just with Bosa. It's my thing on him. He's going to be a good player, but that's all we're going to get is an edge rusher. I mean, which is not bad. You're going to get an edge rusher and a guy who will help out some with the run game.
Okay.
But we can get that later in the draft. We were talking about trading back, and you always have to have a willing partner to trade back and be beneficial for you as well. And as long as, the 49ers aren't, trying to rob somebody and, rob them for their house and everything else and try and make this miraculous trade back. But if we can add more picks, since we don't have that money, we can, if all we want is an edge rusher, I'm for moving back. We can move back into the 15 through 20 and pick up Cleveland Farrell.
Whoa, Mike. Oh, why would you reach so low when you don't have to? Mike, you got 6 picks you can use for the best of the best in each round. Why are you settling for less?
I'm not settling for less. How do you know I'm settling for less?
Because you're going from the first round and you're trading down to what? How far down would you be willing to go?
15.
Oh, Mike, that's halfway through the draft.
Well, we're going to gain picks with that. We're obviously going to pick up, exchange first. Obviously, maybe get another first next year. A couple second, third rounds this year.
Oh, no, Mike, I cannot get with this kind of thing. I don't want to trade you. As I say, I want the best in each round. I want pick number 36.
How do you know he's the best? None of these guys has ever played a single snap in the NFL.
I know, that's why I don't want to trade down, because it gets worse. Okay, what if you get? What about the second round pick, the top of the third round pick, the top of the fourth round?
Right.
We don't have
Isn't that why we took Solomon Thomas at 3? Right? We took Solomon Thomas at 3 because we wanted the best of the best, right?
Yeah.
That's why we didn't trade back. We were just like you said. We're like, no, why go back? Why would we do that?
Not this year. Okay, we've had 2 years. We've had 2 years we've been trading around. Just get the primo player. Actually, last year was good. We didn't trade down, and we got Michael McGlinchey. All right, so that was a good deal. Michael McGlinchey is one of the best. He's a good tackle. All right, if we'd have traded down, who we would have gotten? I don't want to trade down. Not now. Last year and the year before, we needed more players. This year, I want high quality. That's why I don't want to trade down. Each round, give me the best. Give me the best.
You're going to get more quality. I'm
going to get lesser players because I've traded down.
Back. Just go back, but listen, go back the past 10 years and just look at the first and second round and look at the names who were taken in the top 10 and look at the other 30 or 40 people taken after the top 10 picks. And I guarantee you would rather, if you said you can pick one out of any of these 40 people, each year, most likely, you're going to be outside of the top 10.
Mike, look at last year's top 5 picks.
Okay.
Name them.
Baker Mayfield.
Saquon
Barkley. Which Saquon Barkley should have been the number 1 pick.
Well, there you go. I'm just trying to tell you.
But that's
these guys are number
year.
1, number 2. Who was number 3? I think that was Cleveland's pick. Cornerback.
No, Cleveland went 4 with Bradley. They took Denzel Ward.
Who took Bradley Chubb?
At 4.
Oh, no.
Bradley Chubb, I think he went
Where's
3.
Quentin Nelson?
Quentin Nelson?
He went to Indianapolis.
Here, hold on. I'll tell you. I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up here real quick for you.
Yeah, my point is, I want that kind of quality is why I don't want to be drafting down.
Year? But here, let's take a look at this. Let's just pick a year. Let's say 2009. I'm just picking one random. 2009. Number 1 pick, Matthew Stafford. Number 2, Jason Smith, tackle. Number 3 pick. Listen, number 3 pick, Tyson Jackson, defensive end.
Mike, why are you going back to that year?
But here, I'll pick it. But give me a year.
2018.
2018. Okay, let's go to 2018.
He's scanning to find somebody bad.
Okay, 2018 right here.
Mike, I don't want to trade down. You're not going to talk me to want to trade down. I want the best in the round. Each round, I want the best we could get in each round. I don't want any more trade downs to get a guy we have to settle for because we wanted more picks. We're not in our first year of rebuilding. Get the high-quality pick.
How is that settling, though?
You traded down. You went down from the top 5. I just said, if you're looking at the top 5 of last year right now, and you're saying to yourself, well, he's got a point. You know, I'm saying I want the best of the best this year. Maybe next year, trade down. But this year, give me the best.
I got it right here. You got Baker Mayfield, Saquon Barkley, Sam Darnold, Denzel Ward, Bradley Chubb, Quentin Nelson, he went 6. You got Josh Allen, Roquan Smith at 8.
Look at that. Look at that. All prime stock. All prime stock. And you're talking about trading down to 15? Come on. No.
Yeah.
No.
Vita Vea went 12.
See? And he had troubles last year. And he was my favorite guy, too. But he had trouble last year. Maybe it's injury or something like that. Who was at 13?
Deron Payne.
Did you hear anything about Deron Payne last year?
Marcus Davenport went 14.
He did okay. He got hurt. He's over in New Orleans. Okay. 15.
Tremaine Edmonds, number
Tremaine
15.
was okay. You know, but Warner did better in the 3rd round, so you got me there. All right. Anyway, well, him and Warner are about the same, I think. So, anyway, I think the days of not getting the best around offers should take a break. We don't have to do it every year. You don't have to trade down every year. I just don't see it being necessary. Get the best guy.
All right, not every.
Get the best.
Not every year. Not when you're down at 15 or 20, right there. But when you're at 3,
you know what?
Draft,
I want either a top offensive lineman or receiver in the 2nd round, and I'm not going to get him trading down. I want in the 3rd round. I want the best offensive lineman, and I don't want to trade down. I want to get him right as soon as I can. I want the first opportunity, the best guy I can get.
You can get an edge rusher. You can get an edge rusher, an offensive lineman, and a wide receiver.
Mike, you want an edge rusher. I want the stud of the month of the year. I don't want an edge rusher. I want the gold ring of the 1st round. I don't want settle.
You live in you live in San Francisco?
No.
Are you in the Bay Area?
Slightly.
Well, I'm in Arizona, but my wife and I, we're going to be coming out to the Bay Area for a game this season, and I'll take you and someone else to the game with us. I'll buy the tickets if I'm wrong on this.
Okay, if you're wrong, and I'm telling you right now, Mike.
But but this is the thing, Nick Bosa. I guarantee you this. Nick Bosa won't be the best defensive player or the best defensive line.
It'll be somebody at round in the middle of the round, right? We got to go, though, Mike. You and I can go on. You're like Big Show. Everything that goes against my way of thinking, you got to go in that direction. We'll continue on Twitter, and I'll see you on Sunday.
Hey. No, I don't know who Big Show is, but
I'm gonna tag you. When I go back to Twitter, Mike, I want you to meet Big Show. You and him, I think your minds kind of work a little bit the same. You guys are gonna love each other, and then I'll leave you guys alone. I'll be gone because I know you're gonna say something that's gonna make me crazy. I gotta go, Mike. We'll see you Sunday.
You're gonna see. All right, man.
All right.
Have a good one.
You too. Good night, Mike. Big Show. Man, make sure you sent this dude to get me. All of a sudden, he showed up on Twitter, started throwing these jabs at me. I was like ducking and dodging. Man, I was down in a crouch. He kept throwing punches under my elbows. Man, God. Whew. Big homie in there. What's up? He says, number 1, Quinton. Number 2, Adderley. This is a good choice, actually. 3, Michael Jordan. He says, I got the first 3 for you. Armstead can play the big end. I'm hurt y'all close the phones down. Do we close the phones down? We may have. I probably because it's getting late. And I got to go feed the dog and empty the garbage. Because, I got bit last time I fed him too late. I think that dog wears a watch. And he's also mad because I leave him outside because MC9 owns the inside of the house. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, hey, RM. Solomon Thomas is going to have a good year this year. It's actually on a room. Room. Maybe you should say it like that. He says, Thomas is going to have a good year this year. I feel bad for the dude because what happened to his sis, that maybe is down. And this is another thing. I realize that, and that's why I'm not real harsh on Solomon Thomas. I feel bad for him, We don't know the attachment he had with his sister. It really must have tore him up. So, I feel sorry. I'm wishing you luck, Thomas. Yeah, come on, Solomon. Hieronymus says, what's this? I'm reading Adam Schefter reported the Cardinals meet with Nick Bosa in Fort Lauderdale, Florida for a wine and dine session. They made sure that every media, and they probably call the media over. Somebody probably put a little, make sure the media sees us talking to Nick, all right? We're doing our due diligence. Since we're not promising to trade. We're not promising to get rid of Rosen, They could hold him for ransom, though. Can you see the Cardinals being smart, holding Nick Bosa for ransom? I will take it all bids. What? Are you dogs? For nice, we know you want this guy, man. What are you going to give us? Oh! I wonder if that's even legal. Nah, can't be. I got to go check into that. Jorge says, hey, the new 49er flavor will be something to savor, especially when our new record spins out, showing the league what we're about. Without a doubt. Jorge! Keep the rhymes coming, baby boy. And Cliff Herndon says, I'm okay with trading down. Oh, why do people think trading down's okay? I don't get it. And Daniel, SF49ers fan 5249 says, Verrett was looking pretty quick on that treadmill. I saw that. I did. And Quan said, for all my doubters, you're about to be proven wrong. These boys are hungry and anxious to prove themselves. Going to beat it. Lupita Rojas says Brett Coleman's Brett Coleman's analysis of Bosa does show some concern for him. Sometimes he'll be a monster. In some games, we probably won't notice him. Just depends on if plays against good tackles in the NFL, really. See, I saw that, Lupita, and here's the thing. There may be 2 or 3 guys that can handle him in the NFL. But also, when you consider the defensive line he's going to be working with, I still like our odds. Because if there's 2 or 3 guys, and if anybody thinks that Josh Allen, if anybody thinks that exists no tackle that can handle him, I got news for you. Khalil Mack got beat down by our very own Mike McGlinchey, and Joe Staley throwed him down and looked down at him. So none of them are super, never, nobody can stop me. Look at Von Miller. He talks about Trent Brown all the time. You're not going to find a rusher out there that nobody can handle. So this is not, I saw Coleman what he was doing, but still in all, I put Bosa ahead of most. Back to all of them, actually. And Jesus Christ King says Josh Allen does stay healthy pretty tough. I know. People do bank on people never getting hurt because they haven't got hurt. It's a rough game, guys. Tongman78 says Defoe Buckner at defensive tackle, Quinton Williams at nose tackle. This is not a good idea, though. D4 at Elephant, and Eric Armstead at the big end. Could be, though. You never know. They like Quinton a lot. And because he ordered that garden salad at IHOP. Ernest Vasquez says, what's up? He said, I know you don't want to trade back, but what if we did and we're able to get DK? See, reality has hit me hard. I realize, as much as I like DK, I don't know that. DK shouldn't have done the cone drill and that stuff. He shouldn't have, just don't do that. He exposed himself. But you know DK is ranked as a number one. He's going to come off the board first as a wide receiver because of that combine performance. But they didn't look as a DK, as cone drills or anything like that to show ability to run route and quicknesses. Yeah, send DK in a straight line down the field. But you know Kyle's not going to like that. Kyle wants his wide receivers to have some substance to what they do. They need to be able to run routes. For timing drills and things. Not timing drills, but passes can be thrown. Jimmy's going to be putting that ball into spots. Somebody's got to be there to get it. I don't know if that's DK's suit or not, but you still could use DK as a brute force going down the field. Anyway. Jux373 says, oh, by the way, you're not going to be able to trade down too far to get DK anyway. Jux373 says, Ronbo Sports, Richie James is our Antonio Brown, and with Jimmy G back, man, it's going to be amazing. You know what? You know what Jimmy G does? He makes every receiver look better than he is, or better than you've seen him. I'd like to see what he does with with Richie. I really want to see. I can't wait to see that, actually. Daniel, SF 49ers fan 5249 says, 6th round, we should concentrate on some O-line depth. He probably will. And outside of free safety, if this team has a weakness, it is definitely O-line depth. Staley up there, our center, you breathe on him, he breaks a bit worrisome. Yeah. And I agree about Weston Richburg. I'm really concerned about him. Weston Richburg came to us with a concussion that he took half a year to get over. And then every week he sustained another injury. He played through them, but my God, he wasn't effective. So, and Big Show's so righteous. Some people don't have thick skins like you and me. We disagree, civilly debate, admit our wrongs, and move on. We're adults, not drama queens. See, this is what you got to do. Fight the football fight, but let the man alone otherwise, Talk football, guys. This is all I ask. All right, let's do that. Hey, meanwhile, hit that like, fam! Because the fight was not outrageously bad today. We had the same culprits fighting, but they didn't get real crazy as usual. So I want to thank you guys for holding it down a little bit anyway. So thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right. And fam, hey, I will see you Sunday. Ain't no telling what's going to happen between now and then. Got the red gold GM. Oh, hey, you see what I did there? I was rhyming, man.